Hi everyone, it's Marie.
And it's Jay.
And you're watching another episode of Lunch Break. And I hope you prepare your lunch.
What do you think people are eating right now?
Something from a little container. I think it could be maybe some sandwich, maybe some sausage.
Yeah, but... Or some leftover meatloaf. But leftovers are fine.
I mean, it depends how long it was in the fridge.
That's true, but you know what's fresh?
What's fresh?
The story that we're about to read right now. So as of recording, the story is only an hour old.
Nice.
And it's from Am I the Asshole? I'll read it.
Okay, here we go.
Am I the asshole for being a job snatcher? I, a 19-year-old female, work at a small business, workers in the single class digits. Two of my coworkers are calling me the job snatcher. Their complaint is that I'll take over a task when they go and do something else. This is absolutely true, but I feel like it doesn't matter who does it so much as that it gets done as quickly and efficiently as possible. Obviously, if there are half-prepped carrots, I'm not going to set up a cutting board for lettuce. One of my coworkers, a 17-year-old female, said she feels like I was leaving her high and dry without something to do.
Water would be nice.
I would be more than happy to let her continue what she started if she asked. Most of the time, my coworkers are gone long enough, though, that I can get the task done. Even then, I usually have a list in my head of what needs done most urgently that I do communicate when I'm asked. They say I should ask before snatching their jobs, but honestly, if I had to walk away from making something to take a customer's order only to find that someone else had finished whatever I was working on, I'd be thrilled. Thoughts?
That's the good story.
I think we should do something different with it.
What do you want to do?
So instead of just like discussing the different possible sides, I think we could kind of make this fun like a little contest.
Okay.
All right, so normally we discuss both sides, multiple sides, and try to come up with our own kind of answers. But I think it would be good if we defend one or the other.
Okay, it's interesting.
So how about this? We'll flip a coin,
Okay.
and whoever wins the coin toss gets to choose whether they defend them being an asshole or not the asshole. And then the other person has to take the other side.
Okay, that's interesting.
You have a coin for us to use?
I do. Pom pom. Okay.
You want to tell people about the coin a little bit? It's a very interesting coin.
Yes, it's a present that I have from my mom. It's really means a lot for me. It's actually coin from Ukraine. It's 15 years of independence of Ukraine. It's 5 hryvnias. It have so much symbols of Ukraine, and it's pretty heavy. You want to flip it?
Sure thing. So I'll flip it and you call it in the air?
Heads or tails? Okay. Tails. Heads. Well, you choose.
I am going to say that this person is an asshole. I'm going to say that she's the asshole because she's making her fellow coworkers probably look bad to their boss. Now, I've been in situations like this in different workplaces. Sometimes people will call it like working yourself out of a job, where like if you work too quickly and you take other people's jobs, like you're not going to have anything to do and you're going to run out of work. And sometimes that can result in like an early day and everyone gets to go home, or that can result in like, oh, I don't need these other employees who do half the work that this one person does in the same amount of time. Like it's pretty obvious like how they feel, and in a way I can agree with them. I've been in situations before where this has happened, where someone will get an 8-hour job done in 4 hours, and now we're worried that now we don't look as valuable as this one person does.
Okay. I can say this person is definitely, OPs definitely have an OCD or something along those lines. Is the person who likes to control everything. If they see there is not finished job, it's bothering them, and they just go and fix it and finish that. And I totally understand that because I'm kind of the same way. Your opinion is valid. Don't misunderstand me. But if you at work, why are you picking your nose? Why other people do your job? Why you not finish your job? Why you just like start and go away? And OP just a girl who's more responsible and how we understand from description, like a little bit older, and she just like, oh, this job is not done. I will help them. I will make this job because it's not finished. It must to be done. And she said, well, I say that I will to do this job. Why you can say like, oh no, leave it. I will finish that. And she said like, okay, you look bad because you're not doing your job, or make you look bad because I can leave this job unfinished.
So, kind of based off of the story and like what she's talking about doing, she mentions half peeled carrots. She says something along the lines of, if I had to walk away from making something to take a customer's order only to find that someone else has finished whatever I was working on, I'd be thrilled. I think it's appropriate for the lunch break because it sounds like she works in a deli or a restaurant. Yeah. Now, I've worked in those kind of situations before. Like I worked in a sandwich shop. And you might be chopping onions, but a customer walks in and you got to stop chopping onions to help the customer, right? Like, regardless if you have a task to do, the customer is like the most important one and they're what drive business, all that good stuff, right? She said if she was in that situation, she wouldn't mind that a coworker comes and takes over and finishes what she started. By bringing up that specific example, I feel like that's what she specifically does. Someone's peeling carrots and a customer walks in, oh, let me go deal with this customer. Then I come in behind them and finish peeling the carrots and cut them. Okay. Then they turn around and is like, what the hell? I just stepped away for a second. And that could be helpful sometimes, like if there's a big rush and like someone's like helping a customer and the other person's not doing anything, like, oh, that's super helpful. Thank you. If by going off of her example, that's what she's willing to do, it sounds like that's what she's doing. Okay. If I'm willing to take over for somebody, or if I'm willing to let someone take over for me when I have a customer, I am assuming that that's what she's doing with other people. In another respect, let's look at this specific example. Someone's peeling carrots and the customer walks in. If you have time to go finish their job, why don't you just deal with the customer and let them finish what they were doing? The other side of it too is sometimes your bosses want you to report at the end of the day, oh, what'd you guys do? Well, I started peeling the carrots and then I took care of a customer and she finished peeling the carrots. So then I started to cut onions instead. And then she was nowhere to be found and I took over a customer and then she came and cut my onions. Like I'm going to give OP benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, you're just very proactive. You want to be in everything. You want to get everything done. Maybe you really like this position and you want to like do things how you feel is the right way, as efficiently as possible. Maybe like before your shift starts or like when your shift starts, figure out the responsibilities. Like take all the energy you put into finishing other people's jobs and divvy up the responsibilities. Because you know what? I don't think she said anyone's necessarily lazy. I just think that she thinks that she's better and faster than everyone else. And that can be interpreted as being an asshole.
I think it's called teamwork. Also, if you interrupted in the middle of peeling carrots, you're the only one person? No, you can just say, hey, there's a customer. I see the customer. You can finish my carrot or you can go talk to the customer. But it feels like it's like a teenagers and they like, oh, I don't want to peel potato. I go better talk to the customer. And then I come back and I finish my potato or finish my carrot. But you come back and it's already done. Start another task. Because I think there's not only one carrot must be cut. And I think maybe OP trying to have a position of authority.
Like become a manager or something?
Like a manager or something. Yeah. Because she's trying to show that she can control everything. And if someone not have enough time to do both stuff that they need to do, because usually people in customer service is kind of busy because lots of different people and you have some tasks that you need to do. It's cutting vegetables or putting stuff on the shelves. You have so much different little tasks. And it's so cool when you can trust someone that if you not finish that, there's going to be a person who just like help you with that. I totally understand feeling uncomfortable because you build some kind of a plan that I'm going to do this and then I go back and do that. But I believe there's so much stuff to do and you can always start another task. And I think OP, not the asshole, not at all. You can be more vocal about what you plan to do, or like you said, talking in the morning like, hey guys, if you not finish one thing, or if you plan to not finish one thing and go away, I'm gonna finish it, or you tell me that you gone, or if you need some help, I will help you with that. I want to help you with that. I think it's great. I think you can sit on this girl like on a horse and just use it from point A to point B. I mean, I don't think it's good for OP because you can overheat it, you can overwork and burn out. But if you have fun with that, if someone bothering that someone finish your job, it's kind of like, you know, especially when you're a teenager, it's like, I don't want to do anything. It's interesting that they don't like it.
I think it's because they don't want to look bad to their boss or their management. And if someone, like I said, does everything that everyone else can do, they might be seen as a less valuable employee. So I would think that that person is being an asshole. Now, like, I think we both agree that they could delegate those things before the shift starts.
Yep.
Or like, hey, these are the tasks that we need to do. And then if it becomes an issue where they're like off on the side messing with their cell phone or talking with friends the whole time and not doing their work, that's one thing, which doesn't seem to be the case here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out the comments and see if anyone has any other perspective.
Let's go.
Not the asshole, because I get what you're doing. However, I'd be irritated. I worked as a server and had a coworker who would do all the side work early, then get upset that I didn't do any of it, even though I was still serving people. As well as that, it's a bit discombobulating to be doing a task, have to stop that task to go do something else, and come back to have your task finished, and it takes away the feeling of accomplishment for finishing a task. Okay, so this person's on both sides, it sounds like.
Yeah, it is.
You're the asshole. I get that you're trying to help get everything done faster, but maybe stick to the list you have in your head, and when you're done with that, ask if anyone needs some help.
I like the comment, but I don't understand why she's an asshole. Like, it's half sense, but why she's an asshole? You're not the asshole, but be a little bit more conscious about other people, what other people do. Because comment is good, but I don't understand why they're asshole.
I think you might be the asshole. It clearly happens often enough that it's bothering multiple coworkers. One thing if someone is behind and things aren't getting done in a timely manner, but it doesn't sound like that's the case. And I think that's just on the OP for not providing more details.
Mm-hmm.
This is still a pretty fresh post, so she might come back later on. But just kind of based off of what she said, I think, like, just kind of taking a step back from whether you're the asshole or not, I think objectively, like, communication is like the best solution here. Mm-hmm. Like finding out what everyone should be doing during the day. And if you finish your task early, then you can go and help, like the one commenter said. Instead of, it sounds like just based off the information here, you're here, you're there, you want to do things here, you want to do things there. Mm-hmm. I think it's better if everyone communicates that in the beginning. And then from there, you can get things done as efficiently as possible with everyone as part of the team getting it done. Another commenter said, no one sucks here. Employees in the small business do not seem well managed. Do you even have a manager? This is why they exist. If you guys can naturally move around the kitchen and get jobs done as a team, then it sounds like everyone needs to be assigned a task at the start of each shift so they don't get distracted and leave things half done, or abandon their own task for the sake of finishing another. What you're doing is probably annoying and pet peeve worthy, but you have good intentions. Just try focusing more on communication before just taking over someone's station without a word. I don't think anyone is the asshole here, except potentially your boss for not dealing with this issue that could disturb workflow and is causing conflict in such a small team. Yeah, definitely could use some more boss involvement, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I like this comment.
Very soft, you're the asshole, one commenter says. It sounds like the core issue is that you're visualizing and acting on a task flow that no one else can see, leaving your coworkers to constantly reevaluate what their next step is. Yes, I know you'll communicate it about if asked, then they have the burden of having to ask you. So you're moving very efficiently in a way that is throwing up roadblocks for them and slowing them down. Take their complaints seriously and maybe see if you could all figure out a solution. Also, it's probably fine if the restaurant doesn't run at exact peak efficiency. There's no way you're being paid enough for that.
Agree. What's the verdict?
Asshole.
Not the asshole.
I think the verdict is that we can agree to disagree. And this was a fun little experiment. But like to answer your question honestly, like I don't think anyone's an asshole yet. It's a small business. They're all young. I'm sure for a lot of them, it's their like first jobs.
Yeah, could be.
I think that communication would solve a lot of these issues, like delegating tasks in the beginning of the day and asking if people need help as opposed to just going and doing other people's jobs. Like, yes, you might have it in your mind that like efficiency is important, getting the job done is important. And yeah, sure, those things are very important, but so are other people's feelings. Like someone might have a certain way that they want to get things done, like a way to chop the onions. Some people just might want to be able to say that they did their own job at the end of the day. And even though that might not seem so important towards efficiency per se, that's important to the other person as a person and their own accomplishments and what they do. So it's kind of a balance of trying to find the most efficient thing to do and to take other people's feelings into consideration. And the best way to do that is to communicate and assign tasks in the beginning of the day.
So, you all hear, Jay? Communication is the key. So communicate with us. Let us know down below. OP the asshole or not the asshole? What is your state on this? We're interested. We're gonna read it. And the best comments we're gonna like.
Yes. And if you have a story that you want us to discuss and even like kind of argue in this way again, if you like this style of video, drop in the comments what story you want us to cover, or find us on Reddit, goodsoup_prod, and send us a story there so we could check it out. And we'll be sure to give you a shout out if we pick your story. That was Lunch Break. We hope you enjoyed your lunch. We hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.
Bye.